Hey, Ty, good to see you. Paul's had such a heavy workload this postseason. What do you think has gone into his ability to play so many minutes well, and what's kind of jumped out to you with kind of his day-to-day routine with that?
I think the conditioning factor, just preparing his body for the playoffs all season long. I think the time we gave him off during the season, just making sure he can come into the postseason, with no injuries and feeling good, as far as win-wise. So I talked to him yesterday. He said he feels good. He feels great. So that's a good thing to hear.
Go ahead, Miriam.
Hey, Ty. Good to see you.
Yeah, how you doing?
Real person.
Yeah.
Just the obvious questions. How's Marcus feeling? And any news on Kawhi? How's he feel?
Just know that Kawhi's out. Still back home rehabbing. Marcus is about to go to the floor now and warm up and kind of see how he feels. But if I had to guess, I think he want to play tonight. So we're just gonna see how he feels and when he goes to his routine.
Can I also ask real quick about Bryant's defense in the playoffs? And obviously he's had some tough matchups. But obviously he also goes up against Kawhi and PG in practice all the time.
Yeah.
So what have you made of his sort of taking on that challenge?
He loves a challenge. Every series, from guarding Luka to guarding Donovan to the night guarding Devin. And there's a lot of great experience guarding, three great players, in our league today. So for only being a second-year player, he's been through a lot, this last season, and he's getting better and better every night, defensively, offensively, his shooting. So I'm just, looking forward to him continue to keep getting better.
Go ahead, On.
Ty, what do you guys obviously have responded from being down 0-2 in the first two rounds.
I don't want to see that again. I'm tired of seeing that. Tonight, we want to try to go out and get one. Like I said, guys are rested, guys are feeling good. Had to make a few adjustments, a few tweaks, but the guys are up for the challenge, they're focused and ready to go.
Go ahead, Sam.
Hi, good seeing you, brother.
Hey, how you doing?
Good. I wonder, not to bring that same subject up, but being behind in these series and then thinking back on what y'all did down 3-1 against the Warriors, is that the kind of story you pull out at some point and talk to guys about what it takes?
Well, I think it's a little tougher now. Of course, we missed Serge. We missed Serge pretty much all playoffs. But then losing Kawhi, who's your best player, it's hard to get behind, 0-2 and just have to keep fighting from behind. It takes a lot out of you. But if that's the circumstance, we're ready to do it. We're prepared to do it. But, the series is not over until you win 4 games. Like you said, anything can happen. So we lost our best player, a few games ago. Right now Phoenix is without CP. So anything can happen. So you just got to win 4 games, first to 4. And no matter what happens, we got to have the right mindset.
Go ahead, Andrew.
Yeah, how you doing?
You said before Game 5 in Utah that Paul had obviously said T.I. got us and shoot around. I'm just curious, when you guys have been down through these playoffs, other examples of Paul or Kawhi kind of taking ownership, sort of not having to make you say everything to the team, and them kind of guiding you guys out of these holes?
It first started in the Dallas series when we lost our first 2 home games playing against Dallas, and PG and Kawhi, we sat down and talked, and they knew what we had to do. We had to make some changes, make some adjustments, kind of simplify what we try to do defensively, and just kind of took over from there. I think when it got to 3-2, it's with Kawhi, said he wants to take Luka. He wants to guard Luka, and he saw what he did when he was on him for those 2 games, and brought us home. So it's not any different now. PG's been great, playing at a high level, which he's been doing all season, and so we're just up for the challenge tonight.
Go ahead, Dwayne.
Yeah, so I wanted to ask just about Devin. You talked about him yesterday, how you guys played him and how the adjustment you make. How much are you also concerned that guys don't overreact and then leave other pockets open?
Yeah, he's a tough cover. He can score in the post, great mid-range shooter, can shoot the 3-point shot, played a lot in transition where they advance it to him, and he attacks early in transition. So it's a little different than playing, against Luka and playing against Donovan, because with Conley being out, Donovan played mostly the point guard position. And right now Booker's playing off the ball. He's playing on the ball, so it makes it a little bit more difficult because, he's moving without the basketball.
This is the first time we're actually going to hear Law's question.
Go ahead. Well, good to see you, Ty.
Yeah, you too.
He said yesterday, Luke Kennard.
Okay.
Felt like he was a, best shooter.
I thought you said Luke.
They say I could take
there you
my
go.
mask off. You know what? So I'm going to take my mask down.
There you go.
Luke Kennard, play on your team.
said that he feels like he's one of the better shooters in the league, but it's his responsibility to get himself open, separate, give himself shots. And after game one, you said that things were kind of like a feel out, see who could play. How do you feel like the feedback has been as far as making sure he's ready to play tonight?
Oh, he's definitely ready to go. And, his confidence is at an all-time high. That's exactly what we needed. And also from that Dallas series, I think it was a game 5 or 6, I can't remember, when he came in and played well. And game 7, he really took it to another level. So we know we needed shooting on the floor. We know we got to make up points with Kawhi being out. And, he's ready to go. A lot of confidence. And, I got to do a good job of just making sure we run plays to get him open and get him shots.
Thanks, Lo. We'll go on this side to Ramona. Ramona, you can go ahead. All right, we'll go to Tomer then.
Hey, Ty, good to see you. Obviously, you guys are short Kawhi and Serge, but like, how much do you look at this as like we want to try and get one with CP out? Do you guys look at it that way at all?
Yeah, we want to get one for sure. That's our mindset coming into tonight. Like I said, guys are rested and feeling good. And, with CP out, this will be a great one to get, not knowing the timetable when he's coming back or, when he's going to be back playing. So we have our mindset on that. We want to go into this game, with the mindset of, we come to win one tonight.
Thanks.
Sabrina, you can go ahead.
Hey, Ty, with all that PG is being asked to do on both ends of the floor, how do you make his job easier, on both ends?
It doesn't get any easier. It gets harder. So tonight he's going to have to guard Devin a little bit more. In the last game, we know coming out the games, against Utah, having one day in between, we knew it was going to be pretty tough on him. So tonight it gets harder for him because he has to guard Devin a little bit as well.
Thanks, Sabrina. We'll go to Justin Russo.
Hey, Coach. Hope you're doing well. With the injuries and condensed schedule that you've had, how much harder does it make staggering guys and limiting their stress load so they're not getting as worn out?
I don't know. I guess when the sports science guys tell me, but I just kind of go off field. I ask the guys how they feel and if they need a break, but we can't worry about that right now. It's the playoffs. We're in the Western Conference Finals. We got to do what it takes to win.
Appreciate it.